Good morning. It is July 19th, 5:21 in the morning. Thank you for coming and visiting me. Thank you for checking up on me. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. And I appreciate you coming by. Today is day one. Day one essentially of the new lockdown. Day one of 14. So I'm just gonna forget about that other 15-day lockdown that we received, because technically today would be day 11. But today's day one. Back to square one again. Nobody leave the house without any good reason. And this is my good reason. I should just get some air. It is very nice and cool though this morning on this ground. I don't know if you can tell, but it just rained a little while ago. Thankfully not while I was running, but it just rained a little while ago, and so there's a lot of condensation on the ground, and so the temperature is really nice and cool. So that's a big bonus for having to enjoy my morning. Achievement. I came across this experiment that this professor did. He brought in two groups of engineers, and he had both of them do a test of building Lego Bionics, which are these little, comic book characters that you build, and they all have personalities and profiles and whatnot. So anyway, he sits on the two groups of engineers to build these Bionicles, and after each the two groups were one team that they loved these Lego Bionicles, and then the other group was that they could care less. They couldn't care less about Legos, right? So he brings them in, they do the test, and they're given a task about 15 minutes to put together one of these robots. Not too hard, not too bad. And so he puts these together, and then immediately after they finish, he dismantles them right in front of them. So he takes it all apart, and he asks the group of participants to build another one. He gives another set, they build another one. And this went on for about 3 times for the group that didn't like Legos, and about 4 times for the group that did like Legos. Later, he did another experiment. This time, he had on the same two groups, different people, but two groups. One that they loved Lego Bionicles, and one group that didn't really care about Legos. So he assigned them a task, and after 15 minutes of building their first one, he left it there for them to look at. So he didn't dismantle the Bionicles, and he just left it there, and he asked them to do another one. He found that the group that didn't like to do Legos could do it for about 6. And eventually they give up, they stopped doing it. And the group that loved it, they did it for 12. And they could see all their different little figurines that they had built. But the thing is, eventually they stopped too. Now remember, this is the group that loves to do it, but they eventually stopped as well. They stopped doing essentially the thing that they love. So his point here was, with senses of achievement, if we can see something in front of us, it moves us to go a little bit deeper, push a little farther, build a little bit more. But at the end of the day, the thing that stopped the group who love Bionicles from building the 13th figurine is that there is no meaning to it. There's no meaning to keep building another one. They're just building for the sake of building. And of course they loved it, but at the end of the day, they didn't find any meaning in it after a while. And so he says, with anything that we do, we can find motivation in achievement. So that's why, I do habit trackers and I do these videos, but it's also very important to assess what the meaning, what greater meaning are the things that we're doing going to bring to our lives. And so that's what I've been thinking about yesterday and today, is about, what's the meaning behind it. And I did another video a long while back called figuring out your why. Why are you doing it? And it's basically the exact same thought here. Why are you doing it? Why are you sticking to the task that you said you're going to do? Why are you trying to make your life better? Because we can have all these external factors, and they help with motivation in the beginning, but if we don't find the definition of the why you're doing it, then it's going to be really, really hard to continue on and to push on when the times get tough, because right now times are tough for me. Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a nice experiment that the professor did, and defining that achievement helps you to push a little bit at a time, helps you push past the point if you had no sense of achievement, aka dismantling the Legos in front of them versus leaving the Legos in front of them. But at the end of the day, even if it's something you love, like we all would love to be on the beach and sipping margaritas or tequilas and just laying there, but if you did that every single day for the rest of your life, it'd get boring really, really quickly. Why? Because those things are to be like the desserts of life. Those are things to be the bonuses. But if we try to live our life in the things that we love, you know, drinking tequilas, playing games, going partying, you know, all those things are fun in itself, but if it just becomes a way of our life, then it doesn't really bring us any meaning, right? And then it leaves us feeling like we've got a little bit of a void that we wanted to fill in our life. Anyway, I've been here too long, standing in the middle of the road. Normally I'm standing off aside the sidewalk over there, but today I'm just standing in the middle of the road, as you can see. Keep it up. Thanks for visiting again. I don't know, I'm getting less afraid of making these videos again, because I haven't heard of any reports of policemen driving around 5 a.m. in the morning to find people because they are outside exercising. Anyway, Jesse, good job. Love you. Keep it up. And thank you for coming and visiting me. Aloha.